Listen to this story. Two local moms died in sinking cars in just as many months. Yesterday, an off-duty firefighter found the body of a missing Richmond woman in an SUV submerged in Jones Creek. Then in May, we had a Pearland woman's body recovered from her car in a pond. So while it doesn't happen often, we should still be prepared just in case you find yourself in a similar situation. Amber Rollins, director of Kids and Car Safety, is live with a couple of suggestions. One of them is something that's as easy as we could put it in the glove compartment, I would imagine.
Yeah, so we recommend that everybody has a window braking and seatbelt cutting emergency safety tool in their vehicle. You never know when something like this is going to happen to you, and time is of the essence if your vehicle goes into water. So we actually offer these they fit on a keychain. It's a window breaker, uses a spring-loaded hole punch, and a seatbelt cutter. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a razor blade in there. And when you pull this little part off, you can cut your seatbelt, break the window, and be out of that car in 60 seconds.
So how do we go about getting those, and how much are they?
So we offer them on our website. It's kidsandcars.org, and they are $7.50 plus shipping. And I highly recommend getting at least one. These are great gifts for loved ones. And I have in my van one of these zip tied to the seatbelt buckle up on the side, so that if I crashed my car and I was unconscious, my passengers would be able to free themselves.
You mention it as a gift because it's not something that we think of. It's not at the top of somebody's shopping list. And then you also say that we should break it at a particular spot in the window because, if we think about it, it is pretty strong. Like, I don't think you could kick it out, with your high heel or something.
Yeah, so the front and the back windshield are made of a special kind of glass that's very difficult to break, and it's designed to stay together in case of a crash. So you want to break the side windows of your vehicle, and you always want to break that window in the bottom corner. That's where the window is the weakest. If you try to break it in the middle, it might not shatter. And you also want to check out what type of glass your vehicle has. Some vehicles have passenger doors that have laminated glass, and those can be pretty difficult to break.
Now, let me ask you because, in the olden days, you would roll down the window, but now if you're breaking it out and there's water coming in, do you need to wait till the water kind of rushes in before you try to get out? Otherwise, you're just fighting against it, no?
Well, you want to get out as quickly as possible. So make sure your seatbelts are off, whether you can unbuckle them or if they're stuck, you can use your tool to cut them. And then you want to break that window and get out immediately. And of course, you want to make sure all your passengers' seatbelts are cut before you break that window.
I was just noticing that in your notes, and it's kind of like on the plane where they say help the little ones next to you or help yourself, and then the little ones next to you. This is the opposite of that. You want to help everybody, and then you be the last one out, if I understand you correctly.
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
You want to help the little ones who can't get out on their own.
Yeah. Okay, well, thank you for that. That little handy tool could do a lot, especially in an emergency where you're kind of panicked, like, what do I do? Appreciate you.
Yep, thanks.